Hello everyone, it's Micah. Welcome to our Monday reaction series where we are going through all of the number one songs of each calendar year per the Billboard Hot 100. We have worked our way all the way back to 1994, and the number one song of that year was The Sign by Ace of Base. I clearly remember when I heard this song for the first time. I believe I remember exactly where I was. I was in a car waiting on something, and the song came on. You know what? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of the song before this, but what I do remember is that the first. You know what? It was the other song. Sorry, I'm having like a memory. Like I'm trying to recall in real time about Ace of Base, and I think this was the first time I heard their other song, which was All That She Wants, which was the predecessor to The Sign in the US. I'm not sure what the release cycle was anywhere else in the world. But that song came out, it was a big hit, and I remember hearing the song and thinking that it sounded very clunky and oddly phrased, like it was written by people for whom English was not a first language. Because like the wording of it, all that she wants is another baby, is unclear, ambiguous, and doesn't really. I don't know. To this day, I still feel like that song sounds very clunky, and even the melody doesn't quite do it for me. But it was a big hit, and so what I remember is that when this song came out, I was like, okay, now this is much better. The Sign is a much more cogent, coherent lyric, and to me the instrumentation was a lot more crisp as well. So I've always been a fan of this song, and apparently a lot of other people were too, because it was the number one song of the entire year. Though that's my recollection from way back then. I don't know. I've only heard it a handful of times in the, how many years has it been? 30 years since this came out. So let's just see if I have any new observations this time around. This is The Sign by Ace of Base. I'm this guy right here. Um, yeah, that's everything I remember about the song. I've never had the benefit before of captions, so that helped me, follow along on the lyrics, because as many times as I heard the song back around 94, 95, I don't think I ever, followed the lyrics precisely. And I can't say that I ever really knew what the song was about, but this is about having a combination of relief and regret about having wasted time on a pointless relationship. So I think what I really like about this song is that it's poignant. The lyrics are still a little obtuse and not entirely, don't really show any fluency. But sometimes in this case, I feel like it works to make the song more emotionally honest and raw, because there's not a lot of nuance from being really really familiar with the language that the lyricists were able to put into it. I'm pretty sure that Ace of Base wrote all their own songs. My understanding is that they were very much modeled after ABBA, trying to put together like really really perfect pop songs. And I think Ace of Base was sort of a prototype and I think some of the same people might have been involved in getting them together and putting them out and bringing them to the world. The same sort of music machine that ended up morphing into the whole Max Martin behemoth that would come later on in the 90s. And so there is some of the I Want It That Way type of weird, poignant, yet not entirely sensical, not entirely sensible. Like the lyrics don't entirely make sense. They mostly do. They're like 95% of the way there. I was able to get that much out of the song. That I, what I said earlier about the regret and the listen, buddy. You're about to disrupt everything here. We're going to put you on the floor for now. Okay, so, and honestly, sorry for the lack of focus there. This is my first video back from vacation. I pre-recorded a lot of videos for some time out of town, and so I'm a little bit rusty. Bear with me here. Let's do a reset on this. So I guess the important thing here is that there is a poignancy to this song that shows sort of the bittersweet nature of coming to an epiphany, coming to a realization, having something, the sign that whatever that exactly is, something really made a light bulb go off and say, you know what, I've got to forge my own path. I'm not, this relationship isn't working for me. The way I've been doing things is not working for me. And this song captures that. And the drama and the musical arrangement sort of mirrors that. I love how the song kind of opens with a generic dance beat, and then it go and what I really really like is before each verse starts, there's a brief vocalization, that sort of sets the stage for the verse to start. It's really simple and it's really almost elementary, but it really kind of grounds you. It says, here comes the song, here comes the verse. And there's something very comforting about having a song say, here we go, let me explain this to you. And then it just bursts into this very vibrant, happy sounding chorus. The song itself is bittersweet, but the melody is happy. And when there's a little bit of a disconnect between the way that the song sounds and what the content of the song is, it creates a tension and a poignancy that it's an easy way to a bankable way to get that sort of poignancy, and that's what the song captures for me. The lyrics are, like I said, 95% of the way there. It would take someone who's a little bit more skilled with using the English language to really dig in and give me a completely satisfying lyric, but it also helps the lyric that it's a little bit less fluent than, say, if someone who is a native speaker were writing the lyrics. I think Bjork oftentimes benefits from the fact that she is approaching her English language songs as a bit of an outsider, because it makes for interesting imagery, and it keeps her out of like just writing songs in a familiar idiomatic way that people are already used to hearing. Ends up sounding less conversational. And so really, it can work to your advantage if you're not a native English speaker to write songs in English. Here, it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, but for the most part, it works. I found the vocal delivery to be like perfect for the material here, and the relentless dance beat, although maybe a little bit on the corny side, it also is very fitting for the way that the song works lyrically. So all in all, I really enjoyed listening to the song again, and it's about the way I remember it. All right, so until next week when we go to 1993, and I need to consult my notes, but something tells me I already know what the number one song of 93 was. Let me see if I'm right. Oh yeah, I was correct. I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston was the number one song of 93. We'll be looking at that next week. Until then, if you liked this video, please be gentle in the comments. This is my first video back from vacation. If you indeed like the video, though, you may in fact hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you feel so inclined, and most of all, make music better.